The opinions and comments expressed on this show are a representation of the cast and the cast only. Nothing said on this show is intended to disrespect or offend any one person or group of individuals. We are solely here to talk our shit, and that is what we fully intend to do. This is Talk to Me Nice. What's going on, people? We got a great show for you today. I'm your host, CP The Real, and this is Talk to Me Nice. Thanks for tuning in. Today I'm joined by my co-hosts. We got Chris Polk, Solemn, and the big homie, Von Solo. Four people, four perspectives, four different personalities. We're going to get straight to it. Tradition here on the show, we believe in the cup is half empty or the cup is half full. So every week we're going to bring to you a traditional drink of ours. This week's sip of the week is Mo Life.
Mo Life.
You know what I'm saying?
Mo Life.
That's Jim Beam and Coke. You know what I mean? So for any of y'all that have not partaken in this,
I prefer mine double cup.
This great beverage, there's something for the record books for y'all, man. We're gonna get straight to it, man. The topic of discussion today is societal norms and the pressures of dating. Have we evolved or have we regressed in that area? Chris Polk, how do you feel? I don't know. Dating scene. You've been on the dating scene. I think you're in a relationship. Right
I'm in a
now.
very, very committed relationship.
Right
Absolutely.
now. But you got homeboys, you got social media.
Yeah, I know how it is on both sides. So, my perspective on it is, to be honest, I feel like we have regressed, and here's my reason why. Because social media plays such a big role in society, especially like millennials. I know, I'm 27. I'm kind of still in my mid-20s. You know what I'm saying? So, I see it like dating-wise. Like, people have so many avenues to perceive. Okay, I want to mess with this person. I want to mess with that person, based off what kind of content they post. So, for example, if I were to my girlfriend. If she would have had some half naked photos on her Instagram, oh no, that's a no go.
Wouldn't even catch your attention.
Not at all. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because to me, I don't want what I have to myself to be shown to the world.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Me, I'm a trainer. So if I can have the option to have my shirt off on my content, but at the same time I don't have to, because that's not my message. My message is to inspire and to motivate and stuff like that. So
prior to social media, so you feel, what would you compare that to? So today, social media has impacted the dating scene negatively, right? So
absolutely.
So you're saying before social media was as prevalent as it is now?
Yeah, because you didn't know what you were dealing with. So everybody's showing who they are, so you know what you're dealing with up front.
So that's a good thing, right? You have an option.
Absolutely.
You have an option to go left and say, hey.
Absolutely. You have a choice. We all have a choice. And same for guys, same for women, same thing. They can have the same choice. So
is it just women? You think that that's women portraying themselves to be a certain type of way on social media?
I think
guilty as that, and women have that same choice.
I think we all have an open choice, because some people go through certain things and they feel like they have to get validity through social media, and they have to get attention from social media, because some people might be insecure, so they might see that as well, let me show my body to the world, and they might get a different opinion, oh, you look good and stuff like that. So it's different avenues and different perspectives that you can take when it comes to that.
Okay, so Solemn, as a woman, the only woman on the show, what pressures do you feel on a day-to-day basis? You know what I mean? Do you feel that you need to carry yourself in a certain type of way? Do you feel society says that at a certain age you should be, in a serious relationship, you should be married? What pressures do you feel as a woman on a day-to-day basis?
Well, for me, I do feel semi-pressure when it comes about marriage and relationships, but the older I've gotten, let me start over. When I was younger, I felt there was pressure because I always had an idea that I want to get married by a certain age.
Mm-hmm.
But where you get that from? That time frame.
The way I grew up.
So that's not society. That's your parents.
Yeah, but they're arranged marriage though. So with them, they tried it, of course, but it wasn't going to happen. But with that, I felt that I had to get married at a certain age, and I had to have a kid at this age, and I had to be established at this age, and blase blase. But now, the older I've gotten, the more I live my life, the more I'm just chilling. I really don't feel that no more. But I will say, social media did kind of mess it up for everybody. It definitely did, and it's hard because of social media. I don't like it. I personally don't like it. I don't like it. It's just, don't get me started.
It's so much that goes on.
But what about that? So are we dating is dating, right? So are we attributing social media to the only outlet that there is to engage with people? Like,
I mean, you can go out.
Well, yeah, right.
But nowadays, everybody just does social media.
Right, and I would love.
So social media is the result of that first interaction.
No.
Thank you.
No.
Social media.
That's just a different platform to have a perception. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
I think it's taken away from
social skills.
Yeah, social skills.
Right.
Personal skills,
Right. Right.
It's taken away the need to, or the opportunity to walk up and meet people.
Right.
And people, I think the more times you do anything, it's you could chop it up as experience, whether it is bad or good. And whether it's bad or good, it is experience. And if you don't have the experience getting out there, meeting people and talking and chopping it up, it's going to be a little rough when you actually do meet people in person. So we got a lot of people portraying different lifestyles and different whatever you want to call them online. And when you see them in person, they're not that person.
Right.
They're not that person.
They put on a
What do
mask.
y'all call it now?
Facade.
Catfishing.
Catfish.
Catfish.
I was gonna say chicken. I'm glad I did not say nothing.
Have you been catfish before?
No, I think I'm in a little bit of a different category because I'm a little bit older than y'all.
Perfectly said. So you've seen both sides of it, right? You've seen how social media has transcended to this generation. So from what you witness now, take us back to your generation.
Well, obviously,
how was dating differently then?
Well, obviously, we didn't have social media, which means you had to really be good with your personal skills.
Absolutely.
You had to know how to talk to people and small things such as your approach and how you actually treat the person that you're trying to pursue were magnified then. It meant something. It meant something for you to go talk to a girl's parents, and prom was a little bit different. We didn't have all those extra things there. So, and if your daughter went out, she met everybody. Everybody had that look of death when somebody came to pick up your sister or your daughter at the house.
Right now we pulling up, we honking the horn.
Right. Come outside.
And it's still, I'm not saying
And that's
it's gone
crazy.
in a way, but I'm just saying, just like some of the interpersonal skills, and you can probably see it, even beyond relationships, it's like that. So,
right.
Social media, and just the rise of technology has had, great impacts, and all of them haven't been positive. So, even some of the world's most brilliant people, they don't let their kids use technology.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it's definitely a handicap.
Right.
It's definitely a handicap. And so, it trickled over into the relationship area. So we got a lot of things. And like Chris said, avenues out there, it makes you look like, why would I want to, be committed to somebody and I can get this and that without being committed. You know what I'm saying?
That's the
a
crazy
tough
thing.
That's a tough thing to do, but
Whose fault is that in that part?
Whose fault is what?
Men's fault, that ending part that you said about.
I want to be committed.
Yeah,
if I can get it.
Men's part.
No, how is that the men's part? That's the
I mean, I
men's
think
part.
it's whoever.
Saying, why would a man voluntarily be committed in a situation?
Men will do that even if a woman still wants to be committed. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm saying they will, but I'm saying just the fact that you have the options and the availability of all of those extra avenues there, that makes it hard.
Right.
That for some guys, once you reach a certain point of your life, you look at those things differently. But when you're young and you're 20,
you're not thinking like that.
Ain't no way I would even thought about getting married. I got married at 25, so I was 23 or 24, something like that. I don't even remember. Yeah, and so
Look at it from this perspective though. So it's no different than what we see in the news every day, right? Social media, the surplus in cameras, just constant visibility, right? So we see things now, right? So I've always wondered, people kind of denounce our generation based on what is visible, what's put out there, but there's no telling what existed back in your generation that just wasn't visible. Like it just,
man.
you know what I mean?
Man.
So it's not to say that the dating scene wasn't as disturbing back then
Absolutely not.
as it is now. It's just that it wasn't as visible.
It wasn't exposed.
Absolutely
Must
not.
have been nice.
Guys, that's why I still I love 70s music, not just for the music, but for the energy that was there.
Right.
The freedom that the people had.
Mhm.
You were forced to get out and meet people and talk to people, and you could be yourself and all of that kind of stuff. That, man, it was really a great energy. But I think anytime you look at one generation that looks at a generation that comes behind them or a couple generations behind them, we always gonna think they got it a little bit easier.
Yeah.
It's easier it's a little bit. I think it's give and take, and it's a balance. It's easier probably to meet people now, but at the same time, what kind of quality of a person that you meet? Now you're looking at taking a needle out the haystack because you got so many avenues, like Chris said. That was one of the words that stuck with me when you said avenue. I said, man, it is.
That's
man.
just one avenue.
It is.
Yeah.
It's
so many.
It's just so many, and then
it's
you got
so
all
many
this stuff going on. That don't mean that the ultimate goal can't happen. I just think we just have a lot of people, quote unquote, living their best lives, and so we got a lot of trends going on that people follow.
I think it's all about choices, man.
Yeah.
Is it scarce though? I mean, just the availability of quality. Back to the dating scene. Statistics. A lot of black men, or we talked about this before. A lot of black men are incarcerated.
Yeah.
And then again, from a generational gap. Back in your generation, my father's generation, grandfathers, women weren't working back then. Right?
Yeah.
So now you've got women who have become breadwinners of the household. So the dynamic has changed, right? So in the past, women have maybe been dependent on a man.
On the man,
and the roles have switched now, right? So you have women.
So
who
the man chills on the woman.
You have women who are doctors, lawyers, breadwinners, and those women who have climbed up that corporate ladder and established that level of success for themselves, their mindset on what they want in a man is different. So now those standards have changed. So, and from a woman's perspective, I obviously I have a lot of professional friends that are women, have done pretty well for themselves, and I hear them constantly complain about the dating pool. So it's not that, and their argument has been, it's not that there aren't black men out there, but there aren't black men, I guess, that have
the substance.
Yeah, the substance that they're looking for.
That's the word, man. Like that's like what sticks in me so much when it comes to like a woman like substance, because we can always have like
but we like substance.
Yeah, exactly.
We like substance.
Exactly. And I'm saying I agree with you. So what I'm saying is that women they can be like nice body, nice face, nice hair, nice feet, athletic. Nothing. However, they have no substance. They have no like brains, like communication skills, because their whole image is through a phone. So,
or the outer image. I don't need anything else because I'm going to.
I have this, so I'm good.
Yeah.
Right. So, and that's a no go. But people think, even guys do that.
Yeah.
Even guys do that, and it's like
the money.
Right.
The cars, the house.
But you're not smart.
I'm a trainer.
It's not gonna last.
I got the washboard ass.
Right.
Mrs. Trainer.
Hey, man, look.
Shirt on, right?
Hey, but you know what? Like, what I prayed about, and this is like some deep stuff. Like what I prayed about, like about 4 years ago, I asked for a woman with substance and longevity. Mm. You know what I'm saying? Like,
how old are you?
27. 27. Turned 28 in April. So that's what I prayed for when I was in college, because like I knew that the entrepreneurship, I need somebody to like, ride with me. Mm. You know what I mean? Because just speaking from an entrepreneur's like perspective, like it's a process, and it's like sometimes like I need somebody to like lean on a little bit. You know what I mean? Because like everybody needs somebody. I don't care how independent you are, we all need somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
So when it comes to that, man, like, you know, when I got that, I was like, I knew like right then and there. So she stuck with me through everything. Like from college when I first started Poke Fit to now. So
Shout out Poke Fit.
yeah, for sure.
That's beautiful.
For sure.
You don't get that a lot.
You don't. And it's a thing, like we always ask about old school love, like how like my parents been married for it's gonna be 40 years this year in April.
Mm.
So we always ask about, oh, I want this, I want that, but it's like, where does your energy go to?
You say you want this, but the moves that you're making.
What are your
not
actions
in-
going
yeah,
to?
yeah. Facts.
Like it doesn't align together.
You can't want that
Right.
first and this and that on social media.
Yeah, because you're like
Yeah.
going backwards, bro. Like
Facts.
Long story short, that social media is.
it's
with the
Crazy
dating
thing is
world.
we all got it though. That's
we do, but it's for certain reasons.
facts.
But you know, some people-
I think it's how you use it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
For sure.
We like talking shit. That's what we like.
Talking shit,
We like-
that shit made me
we
feel
like
good.
To laugh. We like
You
to
know?
laugh. We like to see other people's stories.
Yeah.
It's
of
entertainment.
success
It's
and all that
entertainment.
stuff.
But you
You don't
got
use
to
it.
decipher
Right.
between
You have to
what's
decipher
real.
what's
Right.
What's
real.
not.
We all have a choice.
I
It's-
like
it's-
to see my friends do good. I like.
Right.
Never gonna
I
know
like
what's
ideas,
real.
man.
Right.
You get tons of those.
There's
ideas.
different reasons for social media, not just to be
man.
nosy.
It's not just to be nosy.
Right.
You know?
Because some people just use it to be nosy. They don't post anything. They just literally watch your story, Instagram purposes.
Mm.
Watch. I know because you just got social media.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah,
Shout out
you know.
to shout out to the,
Look
shout out to the
at
new
it.
CP the
Shout
real.
out
to CP
Follow
the Real,
follow my
man.
boy.
You know.
Yeah. So
We
Just
taking
coming
off,
into
man.
the
Talk
new
to me.
century.
this man ain't had no Facebook.
You were born in this situation.
Yeah,
The
man.
last thing he had was a MySpace and a Bebo.
Hey man, I've been living
And
on the
hey,
rock.
look,
Bebo.
most of y'all don't know what a Bebo is. So talk to me nice.
Hey,
I
talk
used
to
to
me
be
now.
on that.
That's like 2005 stuff.
What's Bebo?
See, look, Big Homie don't even know what it is.
Big Homie didn't know what it was.
Big Homie probably know what Black Planet is and all that
I know
stuff.
what Black. You said it's like what?
It was like before MySpace.
It was before
like-
MySpace.
It was like
Oh, man, I
MySpace.
don't-
It was like something like we had like in junior high going into high school kind of
Oh,
sort
I
of
used to
thing.
hide that from my mom.
I
I
did.
had a MySpace.
I hid MySpace from my mom and all that.
Why? What you had on your page?
Nothing.
It
Nothing.
was just-
Nothing. But
I
it's
had
it's
music on my page now.
Hey, look, I had-
I had Grey Goose bottles on. You know, because you gotta think. For me, going into the late '90s,
right.
that's when kind of the internet was kind of
See, right.
AOL and
I
all
agree.
that
AOL.
kind of hit, and then
Right.
everybody, then the gaming got on,
Right.
and then
Right.
the instant messenger.
Yeah.
Blew it wide open.
Right.
That's what blew it wide open.
Right.
The instrument's like, wow, we can talk.
We can talk
right now.
Right
I know
now.
it sounds kind of primitive to y'all right now, but that's
Right.
what it was.
Hey, I had a house
we
phone.
can talk right now. And then the T-Mobile, and I had some money then, so it's like,
He said
oh,
it
we got the
was like-
sidekicks. T-Mobile sidekick because it was right after the pager.
Right.
So everybody was hitting it. You had to
Yeah.
have one of them. If
The
you
sidekick, the razor,
Oh, what was
all
it?
that.
The Motorola two-way
The
pager.
next
The Motorola-
Right.
What's that?
the Blueberry.
Motorola two-way pager.
What's that?
Oh, baby.
Oh
That's
man,
what
you
started-
going way back.
I remember
Yeah, that's
the
what
church.
started the.
The
That was
texting.
really one of the first.
I hear it in songs, but I never knew what it was.
I
But
remember.
it's just like your instant messenger.
It's like,
No,
yeah,
it's
you
just
just type it.
something.
Yeah, it was a pager. It was a
Oh.
pager. Then somebody text you.
You
but
flip it
had-
up, right.
Yeah, you just flip it up. It was
Right.
just a messenger.
Yeah.
But it had its own device that you use now. So we
Yeah.
couldn't talk on them until they got another. Till they made some advancements. And then that was it. Then that was it. The cell phone. Then the iPhone came out, killed everything.
Yeah,
So,
right.
Killed the game.
Yeah.
killed the game.
Yeah.
It was dead. It was dead. So yeah, I don't want to be telling my age and stuff, but
Hey man, we ain't judging. Shout out to old school Big Homie.
shout out to the old school people out
Shout out to
there.
the old school.
Yeah,
They keep it old school.
But just to add on to that, I was outside my house the other day, and a neighborhood kid walked up and said, "What's up, school?" I said, "God."
I feel old.
I said, "School." I
School.
bust out laughing.
You couldn't do nothing but laugh.
Yeah, I couldn't, man.
What's
It was
up, little
fun.
homie?
Yeah, I said, "What's up, little homie?" So but at the same time, it feels a blessing to be older and you get some people a little knowledge.
Yeah.
I forgot what I was thinking when y'all was talking.
But
I was
how-
talking about something earlier.
How do we get away from that, guys? So we say that social media somewhat navigates how people move, right? So,
Right.
I mean, we all have personal standards, and it's funny that y'all joking with me about just coming into the social media world. For anybody that knows, like literally, I've went years college, no Facebook, no Instagram.
That's crazy.
So at 32 years old,
That's crazy.
I'm new to this. And to your point, like this is my generation. Technology is my generation, and I've lived so long
Without it. Right.
But to
That's
your
a good
point,
thing, though.
Yeah, it is.
Well,
It
to a
is.
certain extent, you're not totally free of you're not totally free of technology at all.
no, I'm not
Maybe from one aspect.
from when I
Right.
obviously, but as it relates to dating and relationships and interaction, I can honestly say that without, prior to jumping into this social media and seeing Instagram or whatnot, just all of the relationships that I've had, all the encounters that I've had with women or on the dating scene, they have been personal. They have been intimate. So, I would like to think that I can definitely approach a woman. I can definitely hold a conversation with a
Right.
woman. And it's funny, I have homeboys that are complete opposite,
And that's the
they
crazy
slide
thing.
into a DM
Like,
and it's like
And their conversation probably trash.
On the DMs? Or just
in person. I mean,
Both.
You get
So
the
you're saying-
DM will get you there.
Because the thing
Yeah,
is,
we
they
get you
they depend on social media and it's crazy. People put all their energy into this phone, and it's so crazy because you can shoot your shot or whatever y'all want to call it. Shoot your shot, whatever. Slide in the DMs, but it's like there's a percentage that she might just read your message and she might not want to mess with you like that.
Depending.
Well,
It depends. It
I'm
does.
curious.
It does.
I'm
It
serious.
does.
I want to hear what she has to say.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, from a woman.
I would like to hear it.
What are these standards? Like, where do you stand personally?
No, me
Yeah,
personally.
obviously, you can't speak for every woman. We can't
Yeah.
speak for every man. But a woman in this generation with social media, just your perspective on dating, like what are your standards? What are you looking for? What do you decipher as real and
It's a
and
long
false
list
reality?
about my standards, but of course the basic stuff, but like you said earlier, the longevity and stuff. But I believe that if I'm going to answer somebody in the DMs, I mean, I'm not going to just answer anybody for
Right.
sure. I'm just not going to do that because I really can't tell who you are.
Right.
via social
That's a
media.
great
Like,
question.
I
Okay,
can't-
Yeah.
I
so
can't
you're
really
you're
tell.
cognizant of that, like
Yeah, I'm just, you message me, cool, hey, what's up,
so you
I
don't think
see it,
you don't
but-
think that you can get a good sense of somebody looking at their page? I think it's catch 22.
You can.
You can find out
in a
things
way.
that you don't want to entertain. Like I'm looking at your page, like okay,
Absolutely.
Somewhat.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We live in
Anybody can fake stuff.
Right. They can put on a facade, like they can put on a mask.
I love my kids.
Yeah.
Right.
Look at us on Christmas.
Right.
On Christmas.
And they can be a whole
Look,
different
look,
person.
Look,
They can be a whole different person.
Bye bye, baby.
Right.
Bye-bye.
Look, 500 likes.
I'll
Definitely
see
stay
you.
away from
I'll
those.
see you
Stay
next
away
Do
year.
it for the likes. They doing it for the likes.
Stay away from those.
Don't do it for the likes.
Stay away
But
from
that's what
those.
social media is, just about likes.
It's
I
not.
don't
It's
think
not.
No, there's nothing wrong
It's
with
not.
that, though. There's nothing
It
wrong with
Well, I'm
is.
just
It
saying-
is.
I'm
Be-
just saying that the main reason for some of those apps that we use is for likes. Period.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Because they feel like
We have to
they're
be able to
right.
decipher that stuff. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And
Right.
so like Corey was saying, I'm sorry, CP was saying earlier.
Look,
We in formation, y'all.
He done gave
We
my-
in formation.
my
Let me
government,
get back in formation.
my government name. Hey.
Yeah, no, my bad. My bad.
I might have to keep it-
There's still, man. I still like to lean on the fact that that I can go in and out
Right.
of each one of them worlds.
Time and place.
Right.
Time and place.
Right.
And I can still function.
Fact.
You know what
Right.
I'm saying? You
Right.
still function.
Right.
And I think a lot of those skills, our first time that we learn anything, a lot of times it comes from our parents.
Yeah,
for
for sure.
Got a lot of stuff in us. So somebody that doesn't have a game,
Mhm.
or somebody versus somebody that does have a game, it may be it's not in your blood to do that.
Right.
You have
Yeah,
to find
that's
out
true.
What skills that you
Right.
do have. You know what I mean?
Just be
I
put
don't
on
know-
the island.
I don't know how powerful DM is, but
Right.
I'm gonna tell you this, and I was thinking about it when Solomon was talking. Is a wise woman is one of my homeboys. Is his grandmother used to say, a woman knows who she want to mess with in the first 5 minutes. They gonna categorize
Absolutely.
you. You know what I'm saying? So if she ain't giving you that energy in the first place, I'm not gonna chase you.
Right.
Out of that, because I already know you're not looking at me.
Because you gonna look like Boo Boo the Fool.
Now you go now you're chasing a dream. So
Right.
it's a lot of guys that don't have that they don't have that feel. You know,
Right.
it's just something that can't be measured. But you know, today in our day and age, things are based off analytics and people analyze data.
That's true, man.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
They
true,
analyze
man.
data. So when you're going through people's page and you see this, and you
Right.
see that, you formulate your own opinion.
Exactly.
About
And they
somebody.
come
Based
to
on
a
it may not be true, but you got a little
And I
picture.
just
You got
said
something
that.
to go off of. Oh, I know she like to do
Right,
that.
right.
I know she get her toes done.
Right.
But everybody not smart enough to pick that up.
to peep game.
You know what I'm saying? Peep game.
Peep
you know what I'm saying?
game.
I know that's your favorite color. You know, but that's some old school stuff.
Right. Just
You know
be mindful and be smart about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like people aren't that observant. Like people are too observant to where they're not using their common sense.
They are observant to the bigger stuff.
There you go.
Than the stuff that's more
To the big
important.
picture. Right.
Yeah, that's more important.
They not digging deep into the details.
Yeah.
They want to see the big picture.
So who's hurting? Who's hurting, guys? Like, you know, again, we're gonna kick it back to Solomon. Is there in the dating pool right now? Do you feel that there's a shortage in quality candidates for women in 2020?
For sure. Just because I believe that some men, no, I'm not going to say some men. I believe, well, I don't want to say for everybody. So for me, I believe there is a shortage, for sure. But I've learned for me to accept certain things that I may have not when I was younger.
Like what?
Like, accept a man with a child.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
So standards have changed.
For sure.
There we
go. Yeah.
For sure. I've learned, that's one of my major things. I've learned that. But I mean, there's a limit, of course. There's going to be definitely a big limit.
Can I ask you something?
What?
Again, and I'm really interested on a woman's perspective, right? So we talk about standards, right? And we talk about the dynamic shift in specifically women in the workforce. So let's say you have a woman who is making, we're going to say 6 figures. Got a lawyer, you have a doctor, right? You know, the common misconception is, okay, this successful woman cannot find a quality man. But is it that, or is it again back to standards? Is the man that works at, you know, we're not gonna say like Walmart, and like we're gonna say the brother that owns the landscaping business, right?
Okay.
He could be a great man.
Okay.
With substance.
He's gonna love her to death, but
Okay.
because she's a woman who makes 6 figures, she's saying that there's not enough men available. That's not true. It's that there's not enough men to reach her standard.
Right.
So is it availability, or is it maybe women
Standards. I
are
wanna say
kind of
standards.
discrediting some of the good men that are still out there?
Discrediting, I want to say, but I don't want to speak on all of them, but you know, I believe with that scenario, I think it would be just because they don't want to accept certain things. I mean, their standards are extremely high. I'm sure. So they want somebody that's making the same amount. Or
They want to
maybe
be
even
equal.
more.
They want to be
Right.
equally yoked.
Don't
Right.
do that.
They want to be. They want to
Well,
be.
that word goes. That's a big word, yo.
You want somebody that compliments.
Well,
you.
yeah, yeah, but it's
Yes.
different. It's different for.
But you might sacrifice something. You might sacrifice. So
For sure.
you make 6 figures.
Okay.
I make 50,000.
Okay.
I'ma love you. I'ma love our kids. All this good stuff.
Oh, we got kids then.
Yeah, you know.
So we
So
getting
you gotta
it
accept
Yeah, yeah,
this,
yeah,
this,
yeah.
So we getting it in.
Yeah, I mean.
Right. Right.
No, okay. I'm just saying. No, we don't have kids. I'm saying
Okay.
if we were to have kids, you know, I would love the family. I'd be a pillar of our household, right?
Okay.
All right. I make 50,000. You make 100,000. Now let's revert it. There's another brother who makes 6 figures like you.
Okay.
He may not love you, or he may not be the quality of man that
You
I
talking
would
about
be.
substance now?
Okay, that's the first guy. Okay.
Right?
Yeah. No, I totally agree.
So are you going to sacrifice substance to meet personal standards? I just think a lot of people would.
Me, no. But I can see why you believe that. Y'all got hurt, huh? Y'all been hurt.
Well, you know, if we
Who's
been,
y'all?
you know, I mean, hey, we've all been through whatever we've been through.
Hey, they
You
should
know,
have stayed down for the glow up. Though.
Yeah.
Did y'all
Well, it's
automatically,
different.
because you
Real.
said you automatically believe that the women would go for the one.
No, I'm not saying automatic. I'm just saying there's plenty women that would sacrifice
Probably,
substance to check off a box, and then when they get that box, they're gonna complain about, oh, you know, men are no good. It's like, no, the man that was good for you, you may have overlooked.
No, I actually agree with that.
That's a good
direction
point.
with somebody. So yeah, I totally believe that part. So me personally, I would stay with somebody that loves me and care for me and all that. The first guy, but the second guy.
What if he didn't make no money?
What if he was lazy?
No, because that's a personal.
That's
Oh,
that's
okay,
definitely
okay.
not
You
good.
going
That's
too
You have to include everything.
How you going too far?
Yeah,
You
have to-
even like training lazy people.
I don't. I don't.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Look, for real.
Yeah, no, he's not even a candidate. So
For
we're
real.
gonna say somebody that's got.
All right,
stuff
okay,
together.
all right.
You train somebody that's lazy?
No.
Oh.
I mean, he probably will.
I
but
will, but
They give
that
you the money for it?
but they transition into a different kind of person.
Look, he's not here for the money.
Exactly.
He's
A
here
lifestyle.
he's here to transform people's life inside. And
Inside and out.
out. Plug.
There you go. There you go. There it is. There he is. I don't care.
Hashtag no robot. Hashtag no robot.
I don't care.
Oh man, good stuff.
He's telling the truth. I don't care.
Twice.
I just think it's a little bit differently, from men and women. Speaking from somebody who makes more money than the other, we look at the opposite sex as different. Men are more willing to take a woman who makes less than they do versus a woman that's taking a man.
That's true.
Why?
Men,
That's true.
because women a lot of times take or with a man based off the premise that you support and you can provide.
Right.
You know, and it really kind of hurt a guy. And that now, depending on what type of guy you are, that can really hit you in.
Right.
That's intimidating for some guys.
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah.
For some guys to
I
know
agree.
that your woman makes more than you. Not to me. I really don't care how much you make.
Yeah.
I'm just saying some. Nothing that we say on this show is 100% a blanket
Representative,
or
Right,
representative.
right.
Four people.
Or
Right.
It's
just different
umbrella
perspectives.
Statement.
Correct.
I'm
Right.
just telling you what
Our thoughts.
I know
Absolutely.
as some for a fact.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? We still, at the end of the day, we're still men, and a lot of us will still have these macho ways, and we have to,
Yeah.
That's
true.
And so, and women now, there's probably a lot more that are making a significant income.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Significant income, and with money, sometimes that changes a lot of people's attitude and perspective on who you are prospectively dating.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's going to be a lot harder for them to, quote unquote, find that person that's, equally yoked. And,
Right.
like we said earlier, yoked is a big word. They
Yeah,
go from
for
everything
sure.
from financials to spirituality.
Right. It's so detailed.
Have you ever been with somebody that made you intimidated?
Have I ever been
Have I-
intimidated by Have I ever been intimidated
been
by a
with a
woman?
woman?
I'm gonna let you go first.
It's a good question.
That's a great question.
Absolutely. I think that I've definitely encountered a situation or situationship or relationship that has intimidated me. But the funny thing is I can acknowledge that now. And, they say you learn something from every relationship, right? So I definitely was in a situation to where I felt inferior. And that situation propelled me to excel to where I'm at in life today. So I learned a lot from that individual. But that sense of being inferior, that relationship, it didn't last.
It was all
Just
fast.
It's
because
all
of your
fast.
ego? Just because how you felt?
Yeah, I think.
That's
and
honesty.
No.
That's-
There's other
There's
factors.
other factors.
There's,
Right.
there's definitely
Yeah,
other factors, but
Right.
I can consciously say that I'm mature enough and man enough now to say my insecurity in that relationship played a significant role in the downfall of that relationship. Not to
Absolutely.
say that there wasn't other factors, but that was definitely something that played.
That was one of the main things that kind of bothered you
Yeah, absolutely.
subconsciously.
It's subconsciously, and then I think it came out, in other areas, whether or not I realized it.
Right.
You got to ask yourself when you do something. Sometimes it's like, okay, what are you really feeling? Like, where did that come from? This is deeply, it's deeply rooted.
Now you get more detail as far
Yeah.
as like, I feel that.
Yeah. So I can,
I haven't been in that situation.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because
yeah.
you're 6'8".
No, I haven't. I just haven't. I mean, I was married 10 years and I got divorced, and so this is probably like my 6th year of being divorced. And I dated, a lot when I first got divorced. But I think a lot of the focus for me has been on my children and just trying to survive. But I don't think I would have a problem with that at all.
Yeah.
somebody making more money than me. I don't think I would,
But
because that's your money.
Is that at this point
I
in your
think
life?
that's because I already got my own stuff.
Right.
Now you take somebody else who don't.
Right.
Now you know what I'm saying. We talking about something else
No,
now.
but that's fact. So there's a lot of variability to that. So when I answered that question, I was in a completely different position in life.
Yeah, you're in a completely different
I'm
headspace.
established now.
Yeah.
So
Right.
if I met somebody today, absolutely not. I have my own house. I have my own money.
Yeah.
But when I
Right.
felt that inferiority, it was because I was at a
You was
certain,
on the come up.
I was on
Right.
the come up.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
No. So for me,
So I'm just soft. Is that?
well, I mean, I'm not saying that. No, not at
I
all.
know.
Not at all.
I think you
I
was
think
just young,
I
man.
think
You
we all
just
have
should've-
different
Yeah, I was
experiences
definitely
growing up, or coming up to where we are right now. Like me and my girlfriend, like I'm an entrepreneur. She wants to be an entrepreneur too.
Right.
So we sharpen each other automatically.
Right.
So when I first met her, I like to work out. All the the crazy stuff that I do. She did the same thing. So I'm like, okay, all right. Like she can compete, but in a good way. It's not like, oh, she's trying to be better than me.
Competition between you two.
Right. So it's like a sharpening thing, iron sharpening iron kind of thing.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So it's like one of those things to where, like, I've never had to be like, oh, well, you make more money than me? Like, nah, like I'm an entrepreneur. So you want to go the same route that I go. So if anything, I can, help you bring your brand up, and you can teach me something that I don't know about, and vice versa.
Goals.
Yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So when's the wedding? I mean,
It's coming soon.
Something else.
TBA.
I thought you said you loved her.
I don't care.
My bad, dog.
We
She's-
said we was gonna say that twice.
Right.
oh man, we
Oh, there's a limit to it.
Is there a quota?
Is there a limit?
We tag
Yeah,
it.
we reached
Oh,
that
man.
one. We said it about 4
Oh
times.
no, I'm going infinity
We
with.
said it
I don't
about
care.
4 times.
Yeah.
on air.
My max probably might be 10. I don't care.
So how do you feel about that? How do you feel about if you possibly made more than a?
I've been in that position. It's not good. It doesn't last. It's never gonna last.
Been in a position where you were.
I'm making when I made more money than.
Well, were you dating a McDonald's guy? What was this?
Oh my goodness.
I
I don't care.
Hey, there's levels.
It is.
Was it?
There's a progression to it.
There's
I don't
levels.
care.
Are we talking about like? I mean, well, I don't know.
No,
I don't
he
know.
wasn't working.
We
at
talking about McDonald's? Or
Was
like
he working
manager?
at all? That's what I want to know.
So was he a Chick-fil-A or McDonald's?
There's
You
levels.
guys, okay.
Chick-fil-A is great.
Let her answer. Let her answer.
No, it is great.
It is.
Service is great. You know.
What kind of service we talking about?
Yo.
This is tough.
Well,
Nah,
let me tell you this. Let me tell you this.
Let
Y'all was talking about it earlier, and she was like, you it was actually your scenario that you brought up. You liking this guy, and you have kids together. And he might be good for the kid. Let me tell you this: if a woman then already decided to have kids with you, we don't need to talk about nothing else.
Right.
She's
committed.
She
in
all
there.
in.
Right.
She in there.
She is all
there.
in.
You know why are we even talking about the guy? We already know money it doesn't
If that's the
really
case, she wouldn't have
dictate.
kids.
Yeah, money doesn't really dictate. The majority of why you with somebody.
Talking to Mike,
it does matter.
Talking
It
to Mike,
does-
big homie.
Oh, well, am I? Okay. Talking to Mike. I think it does.
Look, he like here. Yeah. So.
Well, I think
I
my
don't
voice
care.
carries enough, but I don't care. I don't care. I just think I don't think money does matter, but I think the other intangibles are more impactful. So,
Right.
but it's still a flip flop thing where you talk about a woman that makes more versus a man that makes more. So
Right.
Don't get it messed up. Money.
I ain't want to cut you off. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, I've definitely been in that position. But I don't want to put the range. You know what I mean?
We don't need rent.
Yeah,
You made more money.
Yeah, I
Okay.
made more money. It
And
didn't
what?
work out. The ego, the man, the ego is so freaking sensitive. So yeah, it was just.
So he was like me.
No, I don't know how
Your
you
situation. is
Yeah.
different.
Yeah. Yours was different, yo. You was
You on the
young.
come up, dude.
Yeah, you was on the
That's not
come up.
same.
Like,
That's
so-
not
the same.
But she's
Yeah,
young, so who's to
what
say
you
to do
trying
that
to
she's
say?
dating?
So how old was he?
Yeah, who's to say he
Same
wasn't on the,
age.
so he wasn't on the come up?
Older, actually.
Was he on the come up?
I don't.
Yeah, she said he was older.
So that means
So
he
now-
was. Yeah, that plays a game. That plays a
If
role.
you're in the same
so he was-
position, if you're in the same position as I met you, thinking you were going to come up, we got a problem.
Right.
I
Did-
only came
okay.
up.
Over what span? Like, was there a period of time to say, okay, there has been an extensive amount of time where I should have seen progression?
Exactly.
And there was no
Exactly. That's where I was going.
Homosexual.
Was there any?
What we're
Oh
not
my
gonna do
goodness.
is
Oh
do
my
that.
god.
With a homosexual. So he's
Because
not-
I was gonna ask, was there
Let's
any?
get into the
Was
nitty.
there any kind of progression in the
She
relationship?
said no. So,
Okay, that's
all
where
right.
I was going.
So as a man, I can't. I mean, I have no excuse.
Did he stay with you?
Yeah,
Did I
she-
stay with him?
Yeah, she made
No,
more
I
money.
said did he stay with you?
He ain't
You
going.
made more money.
Exactly. So where he going?
I'm saying did he stay?
I feel like,
He stayed as long as she allowed him.
yo,
I'm talking about did he physically stay with you? That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh,
do
there we
live
go.
together? Cohabitate.
Yeah, there
Oh,
we go. See
yeah.
what I'm saying?
See,
She-
see, look, I got you. Look, I got
That's what
you.
I'm talking about. Did he
I
physically
hit that R. Kelly. I got
And
you.
see- and see,
I got
man,
you.
That's not on me though.
No,
Like,
it's not.
definitely
No, it's not,
but
That's
we know
that.
Another issue
But
I
we know
have.
that. We know, men, we know that already.
Right.
It's something in us that tell us who we can pull that game
Exactly.
on.
That's like a no. Yeah.
No, man.
That's no
You-
different.
we
than
know.
children.
So you just do
Right.
that game because somebody.
No, I'm just saying everybody got to get. Well, that's really my dear black people. So I'm saying I didn't thought about 100 things over here, but that is. I mean, we know what we're doing out there. I mean, as dumb as people think some people are.
Yeah.
They still at the end of the day.
Right.
It comes down to the bare bones basics. I know how I feel when
Right. Right.
when we talking.
Like,
I
we
know
ain't
what I
dumb.
can say.
Right.
If somebody has gotten your DM and said something completely outrageous, it worked on somebody, baby.
Absolutely.
That's
Just-
all I'm saying.
Look, we throwing
Right.
gum to
Why
the
did
wall.
he say
Right.
that?
We
Why
throwing-
did he say that?
Because it
Oh,
worked
sorry.
before.
Let me speak it to the mic.
Right.
Why did he say that?
We throwing gum to the wall to see what sticks.
Right.
we
Look,
try-
look, it didn't work.
We
over
throwing
here.
base, so we see who catching it.
Look,
Right.
I'm too.
So ain't no different from y'all talking about take us out the rotation when you talking about good morning.
Right,
You know?
for real. Because that used to be me back in the day in college. Like, get me out the
Women
rotation.
Really feel some type of way and feel so happy when a guy sends them a good morning.
And it might be just you. I'm just saying.
It might.
Ain't no different from y'all.
It
How
might.
many guys you
It
sending
might.
Good morning.
It
to?
might. Like,
It's not.
we
that's
all
not-
have choices. Like, we all have choices to do what we want to do as a man.
right.
So that good morning text that does something for you.
I mean, it depends on who you are.
Yeah.
Depends
So,
on who
like,
you are.
If you ugly, that good morning look like
It's not
doo
even
doo.
gotta do with
Look like
ugly.
doo doo coming at you.
Oh, my goodness.
Ooh, I
so
know you
so
just
so
say
let me
good
let me
morning.
ask you this. Let me ask you this. Would you prefer a man to text you good morning or call you good morning? Because I'm a call person.
Call me preferably.
Like
Call me.
like
But you
when
got to be
I'm
that
learning.
man.
You got to be.
I'm learning.
That man.
You got
Not
to be.
just a man,
exactly.
but that man.
You got to be that.
You gonna hit straight ignore.
You got to be consistent with the calls.
I mean,
Who you are?
And that's the-
sleeping
who you
still
are.
don't like.
Hey, I might wake you up like, hey, good morning. I'm just thinking about you. You know, I call my girlfriend when she sleep.
As you should.
Yeah,
But that's
like,
your girlfriend though.
Before-
We're talking
but
about
you know-
dating.
but
You
you-
ain't
but
dating
but you know
nobody.
what?
Talking about
But you know
dating.
what? But you know what's
Hold on,
great?
hold on. We talking about dating.
But you know what? Before we were together, I was doing that same thing.
You was calling.
You was calling.
Yeah, but
Absolutely.
that's your main thing though. She wasn't in the rotation.
She wasn't, but watch this. I knew what I want to deal with from day one. That's the crazy part.
You're different though. See, so we
I'm
talk-
just speaking my perspective.
But you damn near excluding yourself from this conversation. Cause we talking
Okay,
about,
all right.
We talking about the ocean.
Sorry, guys.
Look,
Mo life.
look, we talking
I'm
about,
sipping my Mo life.
we talking about the ocean, plenty fish in the sea.
Right.
You over there swimming in
Well,
the
that's
cold.
what dating means.
But
Right?
Well,
but-
yeah.
no,
Getting to know
Dating
somebody.
is still open though.
But you over there in the cold.
You ain't open no more. You done.
You right. But I'm speaking from the beginning.
Got it.
From the genesis, from the beginning. You know what I mean?
Beautiful, actually, no.
Yeah, like
you-
I
Y'all
knew.
been together?
Going on 2 years this year.
How
so-
many?
2 years. It'll be 2 years in
man,
June.
I thought you was talking about some 12 years.
Oh no. Well, she's been with me since college.
You know,
12.
you know what's gonna
I was like,
happen.
ooh.
So she gonna watch this episode
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
you
I'm gonna be
come
honest.
home.
She know I'm gonna be honest.
and she gonna love you better. Like,
Yeah. Hey.
I heard.
Look,
I love you,
look,
baby. Mo
thank-
life.
look, Thank you for
I heard
holding
you
it
speak.
down.
Hey, see you in
baby.
LA next Saturday, baby. I love you. Well, actually Friday.
I heard you speaking up for us.
I love you.
I love.
So that's how you gonna talk about me?
Team.
Mo life. Look. What'd you say, Chad? Let me speak to the mic.
Let me speak it.
Mo life.
Mo life.
Mo life.
Nah,
Mo
man,
life.
Great conversation. I think we can go on this for hours, man. But for those of y'all watching, man, if you got any additional feedback, you want to continue this conversation, drop a line in the comments. Continue to reach out. We'll respond back. But it's on to the next portion, my favorite portion of the show. We call this Dear Black People. Many of you may be familiar with this segment as I've been doing it personally, but this is our opportunity as a cast to address you guys, the black community, and anyone else that's watching. We're not excluding. But things that are on our mind, on our heart, things that, we feel that we need to speak on personally. So we're going to kick it off. Chris Pope.
Okay. I'll kick it off. No problem.
Dear black people.
Dear black people. I'm going to just speak about just both sides, both male and female. I'll start with the males. Black men, we have to do better as far as embracing each other and not mugging each other as if we're in a competition with each other. Because that's the problem now. We have this ego to where we think we're better than this other person, when it's like we need to embrace them and sharpen them if they have any areas they need to be sharpened in. Because a lot of people think they're better and they're like, well, I'm not going to help him. I'm already at this plateau in my life and stuff like that. And, you weren't always at the top.
Process.
You weren't always at the top. Sometimes you were at the bottom. You had to progress to the top. So it's like, educate the people that are at the bottom to get to the top, so that way we can all win. And for my black women, I'm speaking for everybody. Black women, everybody. So don't look at another woman and think that, same thing as black males. Like, don't think that you're better than them. Like, compliment them. Say, hey, you look good. Like, girl, you doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to always, just because you think you fine, you ain't got to like belittle somebody else. Because I've seen it in person. Because the thing is, a lot of people have this ego, man, and it's so crazy. And I've seen it so much in Dallas because everybody's against each other. And it's like we don't embrace each other. Like, it's just so crazy. Yeah, it's so crazy. Yeah. But that's my dear black people right there.
There we go. Dear black people, I'm going to piggyback off yours. I'm going to keep it short and simple. Embrace yourself. I think that's my biggest message. I've went through multiple periods of time in my life to where I've spent time trying to figure out who I am. And I think a lot of the things that, a lot of the mistakes, a lot of the failures, success even, are attributed to you getting to a point in your life where you know who you are and who you want. So, we talked about social media and the influence and the impact that it has on society, but individuals, specifically. But, to my black men and my black women, let's 2020 develop a strong sense of who we are. And once we do that, everything else will fall in place. So embrace yourself.
My turn. Dear black people, love yourself, because ain't nobody gonna love us. Remember, we're beautiful. Stay lovely, stay happy. Mine's gonna be simple and sweet.
Big homie.
Big homie, what you got? Last but not least.
I
know you got something.
The last but
know you got
certainly not
something.
least.
There's a lot of things that ran through my mind. But dear black people, dress the way that you want to be addressed.
Dress to your possibility. Dress to your possibility.
We come out in public and some stuff that I see that is absolutely terrible. I think if you see people walking around in flip-flops and pajamas during the middle of the day, I think we are able to tell what people are making.
Absolutely, that is 100%.
And I stay in an area where we don't have a city bus, so the city bus is the first. No, hold up, check this out now. The city bus is the first sign of oh shit. It's the first sign of oh shit. Y'all know what I'm talking about, because city bus, they bring in everything that ain't supposed to be over there.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Traffic. What are you doing?
Y'all know where we stayed at. You know what I'm saying? In the areas we stayed in, didn't have any city buses and stuff. And then, just a couple blocks down, the city bus stopped right there. And that's where I started seeing, that 7-Eleven was different from our 7-Eleven. I was like, oh, no.
The one up the street off of Westmoreland.
Yeah, I'm like, nah,
man.
man, we got to do better than that. Why are you walking around with your flip-flops?
Because it can be so funny for so long.
It might be. But if you have, I'm not speaking of those. I'm speaking of the people that have a choice. You know what I mean? And, with me working in school systems and stuff.
There you go.
These people come up to the school like that. They come up to the school like that expecting you to take them seriously. I'm like, what have you got on? Did you literally just come up here in a Snuggie? Or whatever?
Oh, my gosh.
You came up here in a Cookie Monster. So,
with the hoodie on top.
So dress the way you want to be, dressed, and it could go deeper than that. I've seen a lot, and you guys have seen a lot.
Absolutely.
Hell,
I co-sign with that.
Just to even tagging on to what we've been talking about. You're not going to talk to nobody in no Cookie Monster.
At all. Especially they get some numbers. No.
No. I don't be on your page. Don't be on your page in no Cookie Monster outfit.
Do better.
That goes to say black people out there and anybody else. They go for anybody else and any other race. Don't wear no Cookie Monster outfit out there.
Oh my goodness.
Looking for some cookies and looking for some milk. Don't do that, baby.
Some milk and cookies.
Don't you do that. That's embarrassing, and people will address you the way that you dress. Sorry, Solomon.
Man.
Go ahead.
Nah, man.
I seen people shoot their shot at people with some Cookie Monster outfits.
And they be confident.
You
look.
might like cookies.
Oh man.
I'm just saying. I'm not telling you that it doesn't work. I'm just
milk
saying,
and cookies.
You asked me to address the black people. They asked me to address the black people, dear black people, in the way I want to. So that's what I'm doing.
Do better.
Just because I might not like cookies, that's not speaking for everybody.
Right.
What did I say earlier? There's no umbrella statements.
Absolutely not.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely
just 'cause I say
not.
it doesn't mean I'm talking about everybody that's in there. Let me get back down to the mic.
What did Tank say? I'm only one man.
Tank said he's only one man, and there's different levels when in this generation now. If you say something twice, that means it's for real.
For real.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
Tank
what we say
said
now.
What he said. He
Right.
said what he said, and I was like,
oh, okay. Yeah.
You didn't have to say it 2 times for me. It was
Right.
once.
Right.
You know
That
what
did
I'm
it.
saying? So you
That
don't
did
have
it for
to do
me.
That was enough for me. So just dress the way that you want to be addressed. And I preach that to my kids. I preach that to other kids that I mentor and stuff like that. Quit wearing these damn slippers outside. When you're going, that shows me that you lazy.
You're not taking your life
I
serious.
start thinking that you lazy.
Like,
because,
seriously.
you know what I'm saying? Because we didn't get to do that.
Seriously.
When I was growing up, you got beat out of bed.
Yeah, for sure.
It was like, get up. Get up and get to going. And, it had a lot of, good positive effects of that. So.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, we appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. We hope y'all enjoyed the show. That wraps up the pilot episode, man. More of Talk to Me Nice coming soon. We're gonna go around and give everybody a chance to let them know where they can find us.
So for me, my Instagram is PolkFit, POLKFIT. If you got Facebook, Chris Polk. Yeah, that's it for me. Wait. I do have a website, www.polkfit.net. So if you're intrigued about training sessions, bookings, all that stuff, you can do all that on that link that I just said.
Facts.
Just follow me on Instagram, Salemesayas, SALEMESAYES.
Gang.
And I'm Von Solo, the bridge in your life, baby. Helping cross you over to great times.
Yo!
Getting over to the valley. You know
Hey,
what I'm saying?
man.
I'm talking my shit because I'm like,
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Look, you gotta put a hand on your
so
chest.
yeah,
Make me feel
man,
good.
I'm the bridge in your life, baby. Let me help cross you over that valley. Everybody needs a bridge. Everybody needs
We all
a bridge.
need somebody.
You might need that laugh or
Absolutely.
hug or whatever in that day. So
Absolutely.
anyway, follow me on Instagram, BigVon78. Von Solo 78. Either one, it don't make any difference. It's the same person, and you receive the same energy that you get in the day.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Dear
Yes,
black
sir.
people, you know what I'm saying? Hugs, you hug up, freeze up, all that other stuff that we add on there, all those other hashtags, facts and rules, and all this other. I learned some of that stuff today. Matter of fact, messing with y'all.
Good shit.
I heard y'all speaking in like y'all hitting them punches. I said, "What's up?"
I'm gonna use that. I don't care.
I don't even care.
Good shit. And y'all know what it is, man. Y'all can catch me on IG, CP_the real, one word, THEREAL. Facebook is CP, the real, all one word. But you know what it is, man. I'm gonna continue to talk my shit, because talking shit makes me feel good. We hope you continue to talk yours.